as he motions out and his man defender follows him in the distance before he completely stops, allowing me to throw to this guy completely uncovered, as the linebacker that was supposed to cover him just basically freezes for the entire play, allowing this guy an easy run down the sideline for a huge gain, as there's nobody out here. This is more about the blocking. As you'll see, he'll get open underneath man or zone every single time, because this receiver here does such a good job of getting in the way that this route here is just going to be open for an easy catch and run every single time. If you guys need fast, cheap, reliable coins for your ultimate team, check out my coin sponsors at MMOXP.com and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 6% off your order. Link in the description below. The champ is here! Welcome back, Money Team. In today's video, I'm going to go over the absolute glitchiest plays in College Football 25. These are all plays that require no adjustments at all, and they beat every single defense in the game. But before I do, as always, if you guys want to see more videos like this, please make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, let me know in the comments section, as this is the second video that I've put out like this already. As I already put out a top 5 run plays video that will be available on screen at the end of the video, as well as popping up in the top right hand corner right now. But all the plays I showed you in that video, as well as this video today, can be found in my custom offensive ebook, which I just completed last week. So if you guys want to download that, you can download that playbook instantly simply by clicking links in the description or the top pinned comment. Next up, I got a play from a very popular formation called the Gun Bunch TE, which is typically one of the meta formations every single year. And the play I'm going to show you guys is only found in one playbook, and that's Georgia Tech. The play itself is the Gun Bunch TE motion jailbreak screen, as they also have a motion halfback screen, but it's not nearly as good, as this play is going to give you two different options. This play was also something that I've used in a recent gameplay, so if you guys want to see more from this offense, I will have links popping up on screen at the end of the video, as well as in the top right hand corner right now. This play is pretty easy. Just run to the open side of the field, and the running back's going to get open against man or zone. Typically, you'll know if it's man or zone based off of whether he gets somebody following him out. As you can see right here, that we get a pretty decent catch and run there to get to 3rd and 7. Now, if it's man, typically you'll see somebody follow, and if it's zone, you have a choice of a couple different players here. As you can see, I could also throw to this screen. Here, it's going to definitely be a man, because you can see it's a man-zero blitz look. And this guy's going to have to stop. He doesn't get all the way out. As you can see right there, I'll go to the replay to show you guys what happened. But these motion routes are an absolute cheat code when it comes to beating man coverage. And that's all there really is to it. Like I said, it's really good against man coverage, because you'll see that look every single time where the defender will stop following. But like I said, against zone, it's probably best to throw it to the screen, as you could also have a lot of success. So once again, man, does he follow? Looks like he might be supposed to. So we'll go ahead and we'll swing that out. Probably should have got that a little bit earlier. You want to get it in a way that you don't quite slow down. As you can see right there, we really didn't slow down too much, but I still threw it a little bit late. I'm going to pre-snap read this here for another man coverage. And like I said, that defender stops once again, or just slows down enough that this guy's going to get the edge every single time. As you get a very easy scoring drive on the first play. And if I go to the options, just want to show you guys too that this was on Heisman, and every single play that I'm going to show you guys will be against Heisman difficulty. Next up, I'm in my Alabama offensive ebook, and I'm going to show you guys a play out of the Gun Tight Open, which is a formation where I already broke down a one-play touchdown against every single defense in the game in the PA Scissors. So I'm going to show you guys a play that I'll be probably showing you maybe tomorrow's gameplay from Alabama once again, called the Motion RPO Read Flat, as this is one of my absolute favorite plays, and it's only found in Alabama, East Carolina, Ole Miss, and UCF. It's another play where you typically just want to have it to the open side of the field once again, and you can run the ball here, but the most successful play is definitely going to be the receiver that's in motion, as you'll notice that the receivers do a really good job of blocking. Now here, I don't have my fastest guy, but it's going to be okay, because like I said, the blocking here is really good, as it typically picks these guys up whether it's man or zone. It really doesn't matter. You have the option to run the ball, but I would really only do that if I had less than five or less in the box. As you can see, this guy here is going to get open every single time, and even though that receiver didn't pick anybody up, they also run fake routes called runoffs, which often pull the cornerbacks back anyway. As you can see here, we got a big gap. It looks like they're in a load to one side, so I could try to run this ball, but like I said, I don't really believe in the run. I don't think the run really does too well. I don't think I'm going to get too many positive carries. I just feel like it always tends to leave somebody open, where this play is really just designed to hit this guy in motion. So here we go once again. We have a man coverage, kind of a tight man coverage too, and you can see how we have the same glitch that we had in the previous play. I'll try to run it one more time because we have kind of an empty backfield look here. And you can see that it is possible to run the ball. I can tell based pre-snap that there's just not going to be enough defenders over here. As you can see how this is just another very easy play for the first. As this is not as explosive as the previous play, but it's just consistent. I could run this play all the time. As we literally walk this down the field, treating this play like a triple option, just handing it off to the motion receiver every single time. Next up, I got a play out of Arizona's playbook, but it's also found in Baylor, Clemson, Texas State, and Texas Tech. The formation is the gun empty base trio, and this is one of the few plays I'm going to show you guys today that isn't brand new to the game, as it's a play that was in the game last year called the slot flat screen. As all you have to do is throw it out to this A receiver, and the way the blocking sets up, this guy always gets open underneath, whether it's man or zone, which isn't typical based on the fact that these receivers are just going to crash over to pick up the blocks for whoever's man covered to the tight end. So once again, always run to the open side of the field. You can do this somewhat to the other side, but it's not nearly as successful. As you can see right here, we're getting the blocking we need from these receivers every single time. But you're always going to want to have the 3 wide receiver set to the open side, because that's why this play works. The 2 receivers blocking, as you can see here, they're running a huge fake runoff, allowing this guy to get open underneath. So here we go once again. It looks like it could be a man coverage, which isn't typically something that this type of route can get open against. But you can see that even if it is, these receivers will crash down and block him and pick him up and chip him off of the tight end. So I'm not worried about it. I'm basically just looking at this guy the entire way. As, like I said, this here looks like a man. You can see how he still gets around it. We get a penalty, which looks like it's going to be on us, because that's typically how the game tries to stop you from doing this stuff. But it looks like we had an offsides. But typically, man coverage shuts down flat routes, and you can see how it's not doing that, because this RB receiver will leave his man to pick that up if that's what's needed. As you can see, we get inside the 10. Here we have an obvious man zero blitz. You're going to see how these guys are going to slide over and typically get this guy open. You can see right there, we get like a rub route. He has no chance of stopping that, and we punch it in for an easy score. Next up, we're going to stay in the state of Arizona. We're going to use another very popular formation called the gun bun strong nasty. But this particular play is only found in Arizona State's playbook, and that play is called the motion halfback swing. This play is completely broken, so let's pick that. Just want to make sure once again that we're always running it to the open side of the field, and the easiest way to say this is that the running back is going to motion out and get open against just about anything, man or zone, although you'll also have the ability to throw to the curl route on the other side, which is typically more of a man beater. But like I said, this route here is going to get open against anything. It really just depends on the blocking, as you really have 3 wide receivers which do a pretty good job of blocking, even though realistically receivers are probably the least effective blockers on the field. But if I want to manually substitute a bunch of tight ends into this spot, I can do that, as the motion will once again give away whether it's man or zone. And if it's man, you typically, even though he will get open, you typically probably still want to make that read and go back to the curl route. That's going to be the easiest way to beat this. But like I said, to show it off the fact that this route really can beat anything. As you can see, the motion also has an effect where it brings the receiver in, which is not necessarily something that the defense is going to want. Here, don't know if it's man or zone. I will know once the play starts. As you can see, once again, we get that motion response where he goes inside, and the blocking just sets up perfectly. Let me pick up an easy 3rd and 8. So this is a play where I could easily house this, and I'm hoping to get that look pretty soon. But you can see, once again, motion response, guy goes inside, I can just go outside. It's really that simple, especially since that's all I want anyways, to get to the edge. The fact that the cornerback or whoever's defending outside is reacting to this is just perfect. As it looks like, are they in a goal line defense here? Looks like they are. So like I said, we'll just swing that out and try to beat speed to the edge here as we get close to 5 there. I'll take that. This here looks like a man, if I had to guess. We'll know when he motions out. We'll throw it to this curl route for once, because we haven't done that yet, and we get a broken tackle. We might actually get the score as we get down to 1st and goal from the 1. So this looks like another man zero. Like I said, I can really go either way here. We'll go ahead and we'll throw it out. Like I said, I held it a little bit late. I was going to try to go the other way, but you can see how this guy's just wide open. And then last but not least, we have the Penn State Wildcat Wing Flex RPO power halfback swing. This would be the #1 play because it is technically an RPO, but I already showed it in gameplay, and I already showed it in my top 5 run plays video, both of which are over a week old. And at this point, the entire community seems to know about this play, as I've seen several other creators making videos about this specific play.
This is the single-handedly the worst shit I've ever. This is single-handedly the worst shit ever. That's the best formation I've ever fucking seen.
So I'm not going to show that. I will show you guys another play out of another offensive formation that once again is only found in Penn State. This is one of the most broken, overpowered playbooks in the entire game this year. And that formation is the gun wing trips. There's a lot of really cool motion plays that are found in a lot of different playbooks. But the halfback swing is only found in Penn State. I think the halfback swing is really the best play to use because it just gives you a lot of extra blocking. And whether it's man or zone, this swing route typically gets open, so just make sure you run to the open side of the field. But you do have another option. Typically, like I said though, plays that are only found in one playbook are typically the most broken, as we almost get the first down there. When it comes to the screen though, like right here, we have a man coverage, and this is something where sometimes these guys can slip underneath, but you can see how we can still get outside of it, as this is something where you really just want to swing this out, catch it smooth, and turn up the field. As you can see here, we just need that block to set up, get that spin, get another first down. Very easy as we get another man coverage. But like I said, I can make this happen. So let's go ahead and let's do it. Like I said, the man defender is all the way on the other side of the field anyway. Now this is a real great formation to do this in, based on the fact that all the defenders are in the box, making it really easy to get outside here if we can just get a little bit of blocking. And then we have another man look, which, you know, depending on where the man defender is pre-snap, it can be very easy to get around, because they play a lot more press. So here we go. Like I said, just getting to the edge here, and we're gonna get a very easy catch and run touchdown to end the video there. So if you guys want to see more from the other videos I was showing you, some gameplays of me using this against live opponents, I'll have that popping up on the screen now. So just click the links. Until next time, thanks for watching, man. My shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.